El Segundo, California, September 2012. Lakers practice facility. The air conditioning hums quietly against the Southern California heat. Outside, palm trees sway in the afternoon breeze. Inside, the most anticipated NBA season in years is about to begin. The Lakers just acquired two superstars: Steve Nash, the two-time MVP point guard; Dwight Howard, the three-time Defensive Player of the Year, the most dominant center in basketball, the man who carried Orlando to the NBA Finals just 3 years ago. On paper, this team is unstoppable. Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, 4 future Hall of Famers. The media is calling it a super team, a guaranteed championship. The Lakers return to glory, but something is wrong. Something that will become obvious in the next 8 seconds. But first, you need to understand what Dwight Howard doesn't know about Kobe Bryant. Dwight Howard walks into practice with a smile. He always has a smile. It's his trademark, his brand, his approach to basketball and life. Fun, joy, entertainment. Basketball is a game, and games should be fun. He's 26 years old, 6'11", 265 pounds of muscle and athleticism. He can jump out of the gym, run the floor like a guard, and protect the rim like a fortress. For the past 8 years, he's been the best center in basketball, the heir to Shaquille O'Neal's throne. More importantly, he's happy, always happy. Joking with teammates, laughing with reporters, doing Superman celebrations after dunks. The NBA is entertainment, and Dwight Howard is one of its biggest entertainers. Kobe Bryant sees this smile, and something inside him dies. Kobe is 34 years old, 17 seasons in the league, 5 championships, 2 finals MVPs. He's played 56,000 minutes of basketball, absorbed thousands of hits, bled for every trophy in his case. He's also running out of time. His body is breaking down. His knees ache every morning. His fingers are permanently disfigured from breaks and dislocations. His back sends shooting pain up his spine during every practice. But more than the physical pain, there's something deeper eating at Kobe. The clock, Father Time, the knowledge that he has maybe 2, maybe 3 good years left to add to his legacy. And Dwight Howard is about to learn this the hard way. Practice begins. Mike D'Antoni, the new head coach, explains the offensive system. Fast pace, 3-point shooting, Steve Nash pick and rolls. It's a system designed to maximize Nash's strengths and get Dwight easy looks at the rim. Dwight loves it. Easy buckets, highlight dunks, fun basketball. He jokes with Nash about their connection, calls him the wizard. He high-fives Pau Gasol after good plays. He's treating practice like a pickup game at the local gym. Kobe watches this and his jaw tightens. 20 minutes into practice, during a defensive drill, Dwight makes a mistake. He's supposed to hedge hard on a screen, forcing the ball handler to change direction. "Dwight, you've got to get out there. Be aggressive." Dwight nods, smiles, says, "My bad, coach." But his body language says he doesn't really care. It's just practice, just a drill. Mistakes happen. Kobe sees the smile and something snaps. What happens next will define their entire relationship. Kobe walks over to Dwight. Slowly, deliberately. The entire practice facility goes quiet. Players stop dribbling. Coaches stop talking. Equipment managers stop moving. Everyone knows this energy. This is Kobe, in teaching mode. Kobe in alpha mode. Kobe when someone isn't meeting his standards. He stops 2 feet from Dwight. Looks up at him. 8 inches of height difference, but somehow Kobe seems bigger. "Why are you smiling?" Kobe's voice is quiet, calm, deadly. Dwight looks confused. "What do you mean? You just gave up an easy bucket. Coach corrected you, and you're smiling. Why?" The question hangs in the air like smoke. Dwight realizes everyone is watching. The playful atmosphere is gone. This is serious now. "I mean, it's just practice, man. I'll get it right." And that's when Kobe said the 8 words that changed everything. Kobe stares at Dwight for 3 seconds. 3 seconds that feel like hours. His eyes never blink, never waver. The intensity is suffocating. Then he speaks. 8 words, delivered with the precision of a surgeon and the coldness of winter. There's no such thing as just practice. The words hit Dwight like a physical blow. The smile disappears from his face. The jovial energy drains from his body. He suddenly understands he's made a mistake. A big mistake. But Kobe isn't finished. "You think this is fun? You think this is entertainment? You think you can smile your way through a championship?" Dwight tries to respond. "Kobe, I'm just trying to keep things loose. have fun with it. Fun. Kobe's voice rises slightly, still controlled, but with edge. You want to have fun. Go to Disneyland. This is about championships. This is about legacy. This is about earning respect every single day. But what Kobe said next is what really ended Dwight's Lakers career. Kobe steps closer, close enough that only Dwight can hear. But in the silence of the practice facility, his words carry. I've got 2 years left, maybe 3. I've spent 17 years getting to this point. 17 years of bleeding, breaking bones, tearing muscles, sacrificing everything for championships. His voice is barely above a whisper, but it has the force of thunder. And you're going to smile through it. You're going to treat my window like your playground. Dwight's face changes. The reality of the situation hits him. This isn't about basketball fundamentals. This is about philosophies. This is about what it means to be a competitor. I'm not trying to disrespect you, Kobe. I just play differently. Then play different somewhere else. 8 words, delivered with finality. The entire practice stops. Players exchange glances. Coaches shift uncomfortably. Everyone knows they just witnessed something significant, something that will define the entire season. And that's exactly what happened. The practice continues, but the energy is different. Dwight is tentative now. Careful, the smile is gone, replaced by confusion and frustration. He's trying to figure out how to be intense without losing his natural personality. But it's too late. The damage is done. Kobe has made his position clear. There's no room for joy in his championship pursuit. No room for smiles during mistakes. No room for Dwight's natural personality. Over the following weeks, the tension grows. Dwight tries to conform to Kobe's standards, but it goes against everything in his nature. He forces intensity, fakes anger, suppresses his instinct to keep things light. The media notices. The chemistry is wrong. The super team that looked perfect on paper is falling apart in reality. Kobe and Dwight barely speak. When they do, it's business. No connection, no friendship, no partnership. Just 2 players sharing a court, pursuing the same goal through completely different philosophies. But the real tragedy was what nobody saw coming. The Lakers struggle all season. They make the playoffs as a low seed, get swept in the first round by San Antonio. It's a disaster, a complete failure of expectations. Dwight Howard leaves that summer, signs with Houston, never to return to the Lakers. His 1 season in Los Angeles becomes a cautionary tale about chemistry, about personalities, about the importance of fit. In interviews years later, reporters ask Dwight about that season, about playing with Kobe, about why it didn't work. He's diplomatic, talks about different approaches, different personalities, says he learned from the experience. But people close to him tell a different story. They say that 8-second confrontation broke something in Dwight, made him doubt his natural leadership style, made him question whether his joy was a weakness. They say he never smiled the same way again. And Kobe, years later, he finally admitted the truth. In 2018, during his retirement tour, a reporter asks Kobe about Dwight, about that season, about whether he was too hard on his teammates. Kobe pauses. For once his immediate response doesn't come. He thinks for a long moment. I was desperate, he finally says. I could feel time running out. I could feel my body breaking down. And I saw all these talented players who didn't seem to understand how precious these opportunities are. Do you regret how you handled Dwight? Another pause. Longer this time. I regret that we couldn't find a way to blend our approaches. Dwight had joy. That's a gift. I had urgency. That's necessary. Maybe there was a way to combine them. Did you ever tell him that? No, and maybe that's the real tragedy. The reporter presses. Would you do anything differently? Kobe looks directly at the camera. For the first time in the interview, his mask slips slightly. I'd try to remember that there are different ways to care. Dwight cared just as much as I did. He just showed it differently. I couldn't see that then. I was too focused on my own timeline, my own desperation. That 8-second exchange in September 2012 wasn't really about basketball. It wasn't about smiling or intensity or practice habits. It was about 2 players in different places in their careers. One desperate for time, one believing he had plenty. One carrying the weight of legacy, one still discovering his own identity. Kobe saw Dwight's smile and saw someone who didn't understand urgency. Dwight saw Kobe's intensity and felt criticized for being himself. Both were right. Both were wrong. The tragedy isn't that they couldn't win a championship together. The tragedy is that they couldn't see each other clearly, couldn't find a way to respect different approaches to the same goal. Dwight Howard left the Lakers and eventually found success with other teams. But by many accounts he was never quite the same player, never quite had the same joy, never quite trusted his natural leadership style. Kobe won 2 more championships, except he didn't. That 2012-13 season ended with an Achilles injury. He never won another ring, never got those final championships he was desperately chasing. The 8 seconds that ended Dwight's Lakers career might have also ended Kobe's championship window. In your life, who is your Dwight Howard? Someone whose approach is different from yours, but whose goals are the same. And more importantly, who sees you as their Dwight Howard? Who looks at your natural way of doing things and questions whether you care enough? Because maybe the real lesson isn't about intensity or smiles or practice habits. Maybe it's about understanding that there are many ways to chase excellence, many ways to show dedication, many ways to care. And sometimes, the thing that makes someone different isn't their weakness, it's their strength.